Okay, so we are going to do a Thursday talk story, similar to the ones that I've always done, but a little more like sit down chit chat vibes. So I'm going to go through a couple situations and scenarios that people have sent me, and then I'm going to kind of just like discuss and talk about it and give my little like input and my 2 cents. Okay, so the first one says, I feel like everyone has their life together except me. I'm 25 and I watch my friends get engaged, buy homes. Buy homes. Here? 25? And landing dream jobs while I'm still figuring things out. How do I stop comparing myself and trust my own timeline? Whew, that is like a very, very, very good one. I am a firm believer in like really mentally being in your own lane and not really worrying about like what anybody else is doing. I feel like all that stuff kind of like deteriorates your vision and your thought process. It kind of like distracts you from your goal and you kind of just get blinded by all of that. So I think it's really important to just focus on like what are the things that you want to do? Like what are the things that you want to accomplish, and then break it down and kind of like research how you're able to get there. So if you want to buy a house too, then you can kind of go into thinking like, okay, what do I have to do to get there? This is how much money I make. This is what kind of house I want. This is what kind of house I can get. Try and talk to a lender, talk to people in the industry, maybe talk to a realtor and like kind of get more information and see how you can get there if that's something that you want to do. If you want to, what did it say, land your dream job, and maybe you're doing something that you're not happy doing, think about your passions, think about things that make you happy, think about all those things, and really like just, I think it's really important when you're thinking this way or for this person to like, I mean, you're only 25, so you're so young, you kind of have your whole life ahead of you. Really just sit back and be like, maybe even journal and be like, okay, what are the things that I want out of life? What are the things that I'm willing to do? What do I want my life to look like? And then start working towards those goals and research what to do to get there. And take it day by day, slowly, doing little things that'll get you to that end result. But I think really, honestly, just like not focusing, like, do you think I care what anybody else is doing? I'm so like, when it comes to me and mine and my goals and like my business and my all those things, I'm so focused on like where I want to be and like where I'm trying to get and all that kind of stuff that it's like I don't even have space like to think about what anybody else is doing or how they're running their business or whatnot. Like I'm just so focused on my own thing, and that's how I progress. And I feel like that would be the same advice I have for anyone, is just to like be tunnel vision and focus on what your goals are, because everything else just is going to distract you and like get you, you're not going to be able to progress in life and elevate yourself while thinking about everybody else. Yeah. Okay. The next one, what was another one? I got a few and I feel like I'm just going to do like a couple. I cut off a toxic friend, but now I feel guilty. After years of dealing with this draining friendship, she finally, I see. Okay. I finally set boundaries, but now I miss them. She said, how do I deal with the guilt of walking away from someone I still care about? I mean, if it was big enough for you to cut her off, I'm assuming it's pretty significant. And you just, again, like, think about why. Why did I feel this way to begin with? Is it that big of a deal? Is this something I can forgive? Because even though you can care about someone from afar, you don't have to be their bestie for life. Like, you can just be like, you know what, you once played a really huge part of my life. You were once a chapter of my story, but now we're cool from afar. Or like, there doesn't have to be beef. Like, I'm super big on cutting people off. Like, my protection of my energy is so heavy. Like, I'm so big on that. I will block you. I will not look at your stuff. I will cut you off like I've never met you before. And there's no hate, no drama, no shade. I just like to protect my happiness, my life, and my peace and my energy in such a way where it's like, I don't want to know what you're doing. I don't want to see what you're saying. I don't want any of that, because it'll just deteriorate my whole be in my whole life. And some people are like, oh, you can just ignore energy and blah, blah, like don't even da 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 da. But honestly, we subconsciously like consume things and absorb things and take things in that we don't realize that we're doing. So even just scrolling past the post or whatever can affect us in a way that we don't realize is affecting us, whether it's our energy, our mood, our next move, or whatever. But yeah, if you feel like it's a significant enough reason, it really depends on what happened there. But if you feel like it's a significant enough situation to where you had to cut her off to begin with, then it's okay. It's okay to love people from afar. It doesn't have to, like I said, it doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be beef. It doesn't have to be, but yeah, that would be my advice for that. And then the last one, I'll do one more. This is a good one. I want to start a side hustle, but I'm scared of what people will think. I have a business idea, but hesitate because I worry about judgment from my friends and my family. How do I get over the fear of looking like a failure? Scared money don't make money. That is like I know it sounds silly, but I always think that. I wish I had it written on a wall or something. But if you have that thought process, your mind is so strong. Like the way you think about yourself, the way you think about your business, the way you think about your future, all of that can happen. Whether you think you're right or you're wrong, you're going to be correct, right? Whether you think you can do it or you think you can, that'll be true regardless, because you're already going to think that way. So that being said, going back to what she's saying, she has a business idea, but she's hesitant because she's worried about judgment. Why? Why is it something negative? Like, is your business idea, is it like OnlyFans? And is that why you're worried about your parents or your family or whatever? Because if that's something you really want to do, then you should do what you really want to do. But if it's not that, just again, like focus on your goals. If you have an idea and you think it's going to work out, I say shoot for the stars, do what you got to do to get there, and take the chance. The scariest thing in life for me too is like, and I know people see these quotes like all over online, but the scariest thing for me is to look back 5-10 years from now and say I see someone else doing it, or say I see it online, or like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, shucks, I really should have did that. Like, oh, look, it did so great. I should have did that. I had that idea. I never want that to be me. So if I ever feel like I have a thought that could potentially be something great, I am definitely going to take every single chance I have to try and accomplish that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's all I say. How do I get over the fear of looking like a failure? Looking like a failure? Who cares? Who cares? Like literally, okay, say you do try. Say you do try, you do everything that you thought you had to do, you try and it didn't work out. At least you tried. Imagine if you didn't, and then in like, again, 5 years, you're like, I wonder if that worked. I wonder if I could have did, like, no, nobody has time for that. So do what you think you can do, try your best, and if it doesn't work out, whatever, on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got today. So that's my chit chat for Thursdays, my Talk Story Thursday. If you guys want to have any input, DM me, whatever.